You may hear him. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Guys, there's nothing like boxing, and there are no athletes like fighters.
Struggling to get to his feet. It's unbelievable.
Takes another right. Or is in deep trouble again? Burns it down. Burns it down.
You know, you pay him a price, I guess, but the man said a bit enough.
What's up, fight fans? I'm J.Cotto, and welcome to J.Cotto's Fight Page. And I'll be bringing you Floyd versus Conor. Exhibition, not sanctioned. Hashtag no number 50. Why should we consider McGregor-Mayweather an official boxing match, if it's ever made, which sounds like it's going to be made? I mean, it's not sanctioned, nor would McGregor be officially ranked. So Mayweather fans and fanboys and Flomos and Mayweather casuals, the question, should this fight be considered win number 50 for Mayweather, if he wins? This is a match real hardcore boxing fans did not want. From hardcores to hardcore historians to historians. This should be put in the category of those like Antonio Inaki, Muhammad Ali, or even the Big Show Mayweather. Only two things here is, one, it would be full contact, and two, this would be the first time an MMA fighter, a champion of two divisions, comes to boxing to fight the most controversial, skilled, highest paid fighter. If Floyd loses, it will not and should not go down as a loss, for it would not be sanctioned. A win for Mayweather should not be counted as number 50 or a win either. Of course, MMA fans want this fight. They all think that Conor has the skill because he has been dominant, as well as beaten impressively two champions in two different weight divisions. The myth of MMA fighters being able to transition to boxing is pure speculation without facts. Boxing for MMA or in MMA is different. A jab or a hand combo would usually follow up by a leg kick, and the low kick or takedown. Boxing is a different dynamic, and I am only touching the subject of an MMA fighter making the transition into boxing in such a short time to only believe he could beat a man who has been undefeated for nearly 25 years in that realm. Now, fight fans, politics are strong with this match, and it has been said that they both want $100 million each for this fight. Conor has generated at least 1/3 of that. I may be generous on that fraction, but he has generated millions for the UFC, but has only done it for a short time and is nowhere near the $100 million mark. Floyd has been generating from $35 to $100 million within his 25-year career. At least 20 of them have been reported to be record breakers at the pay-per-view rankings. From the Pacquiao fight, most fans who are upset, disappointed, and feel left down and robbed by Mayweather and Pacquiao. The fight style Mayweather brings is more like a formula, and physically and financially, he has been dominant with it. Mayweather is considered an actual boxing savant, as McGregor in MMA is considered the most dominant and ferocious fighter to ever win 2 titles in 2 divisions. But remember, UFC is a young organization, and since it is young, this has been done. But we can all agree it's a totally different sport. The odds of Conor McGregor perfecting the art of boxing in less than a year is ridiculous and Super Saiyan-like, in which is a cartoon, in which is not true. Just because an MMA fighter perfects martial arts styles or systems doesn't mean they can perfect boxing in the same amount of time or time span. Boxing is very complicated, technical, and scientific. Now sure, martial arts have and are serious and have many physical gains, but it's all the same. Boxing does not consist of arm bars, kicks of any sort, flips, takedowns, only clinching, no chokeholds, knees or elbows, headbutts. Boxing's discipline is very hard. Very, very hard. Complicated, as a matter of fact. To learn, as you only have two hands and body movement and thoughts of maneuvering. 70% mental, 30% physical. Lots of running and dieting. As martial arts competitors follow diets and training regimens as well, but boxing is the most complex sport to learn. Mayweather has the advantage in this match. It fits and most likely will be made a boxing match. Number one, Floyd has been boxing since his early childhood. Has a father and two uncles who were champions within the sport. Number two, Floyd has dominated 5 weight divisions with top names within the sport. 3, Floyd is very intelligent and dominant in the ring. And 4, Conor already had 5 losses or 4 in the sport and has just become the face of his sport in about 3 years ago. So when we use our knowledge, we can all agree that the fight is all hype, will be expensive, one-sided, and I can guarantee that the press conferences and the press tours they have lined up for the circus will be better than the fight itself. Floyd didn't want the Pacquiao fight and did nothing to promote it, but he wants the McGregor fight, and it will most likely try to make this a sanctioned match in order for the win to become number 50. He will then, along with TMT faculty, try to justify the win for number 50. His followers, even the ones who know the sport, will try to push the win as well, hearing stories of how he came back and there was no one, or how old he is and now was the time. And to rob him of that, or not put him, or put this as a win, would be racist, a shame, and it wouldn't be fair. No doubt. No doubt. And yes, when this fight is made, fight fans from boxing to MMA will war, meme, disrespect everything and everyone who isn't down with their faction. It'll be Maypac all over again. And this will go on to the fight all the way through the end of the year. Fight fans, we've been here before. I'm exhausted on politics and Mayweather tactics, and I have grown tired of McGregor and his antics as well. Maybe this fight needs to happen so both fighters, not the sports, could be laughed at. Laughter at Conor for ever wanting to do this in such a short time. The lesson? Tame the greed and ego. Laughter at Floyd for trying to make such a shitty fight once again, and proving a lot of things most fight fans of boxing have already claimed. Lesson? Stop the greed and stop using the sport. Lesson to us fight fans: learn your lesson on frauds and bullshit. Never accept bullshit matches. To also speak up for your hard-earned dollars spent. Cause if your money is free, then start handing that paper out to the first person you see. In no way am I downing any of these champions, for they are masters of their craft and professions. But as they take my money and sell me products so they can further their financials in life, that gives me a say-so. an opinion, and a voice. And it does justice for you too, fight fans. My name is J.Cotto. Thank you for joining my fight page. Hashtag come back to boxing. Hashtag red gloves. Hashtag Brosco and his 45. God bless. Stay vigilant. Peace.